Life is a journey of discovery filled with dreams, aspirations, and sometimes unexpected turns. As believers, we are called to embrace God's plan for our lives, trusting that His purpose for us is far greater than anything we could imagine. Embracing God's plan involves surrender, faith, and a willingness to follow His guidance, even when the path seems uncertain. 1. Understanding God's sovereignty. One of the fundamental aspects of embracing God's plan is recognizing His sovereignty. God is in control of all things, and His wisdom and understanding are far beyond our own. Jeremiah 29:11 assures us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope." This verse reminds us that God's plans are always for our good, even when we cannot see them. 2. Surrendering to God's will. Surrender is a key component of embracing God's plan. It involves letting go of our own desires and entrusting that God's will is perfect. In Matthew 6:10, Jesus teaches us to pray, "Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven." This prayer reflects a heart willing to submit to God's purposes, trusting that His will is best. 3. Seeking God through prayer. Prayer is essential in discerning and embracing God's plan for our lives. By spending time in prayer, we can seek God's guidance and wisdom. James 1:5 encourages us, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him." Through prayer, we can align our hearts with God's will and receive the direction we need. Or trusting God's timing. God's timing is perfect even when it doesn't align with our own. Ecclesiastes 3:1 tells us, "To everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven." Trusting in God's timing requires patience and faith, believing that He knows the best time for everything in our lives. 5. Finding peace in God's purpose. Embracing God's plan brings a sense of peace and purpose. Philippians 4:6-7 reminds us, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation by prayer and petition with thanksgiving present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." When we trust in God's plan, we can find peace in knowing that He is in control. 6. Walking in faith. Embracing God's plan often requires stepping out in faith, even when the path ahead is unclear. Hebrews 11:1 defines faith as the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Walking in faith means trusting that God will lead us, even when we cannot see the outcome. 7. Being open to God's guidance. God often speaks to us through His Word, through prayer, and through the counsel of other believers. Proverbs 3:5-6 advises, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." Being open to God's guidance means being attentive to His leading and willing to follow wherever He directs. 8. Embracing God's love and grace. God's plan for our lives is rooted in His love and grace. Romans 8:28 assures us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Embracing God's plan means accepting His love and grace, knowing that He is working everything for our good. Embracing God's plan for your life involves recognizing His sovereignty, surrendering to His will, seeking His guidance through prayer, trusting His timing, finding peace in His purpose, walking in faith, being open to His guidance, and embracing His love and grace. By doing so, we can live a life of purpose and fulfillment, knowing that we are in the hands of a loving and all-knowing God. Trust in God's plan, and you will find the strength, peace, and joy that comes from living according to His divine purpose. Please like, share, and subscribe for more God-inspiring topics. Remain blessed. Thanks for watching.